Okay, guys, welcome to the video here where we do our very first audit of a specific design that I wanted to kind of look through here, which is this monochrome blue watercolor Shark Ocean design by Adina J. And I wanted to specifically take a look at the tags here. We all know that the art is beautiful. I mean, there's really nothing negative we could say about the art. But I really do want to assess here the tags. And I kind of wanted to point out just a very, very small minor mistake that I think people who don't have as much education on Redbubble might make this mistake. And it is, in my opinion, a mistake specifically for 2024 and beyond. You know, it might not have been a mistake necessarily in 2016 or 2015 with the tags, but it's definitely a mistake in these latter years here to do this. So if you look at the tags, the first tag should really stand out to you, and it says Adina J. Adina J is the name of the design creator. So the account says sold by Adina J. And if you're a new seller, right, you might look at this design and you might say, you know what, I'm going to mimic everything this person does. And you might put, you know, if you're not really sure what you're doing, you might put her own keyword tag in your list. But you might also put your own name, you know, your account name in your list. Regardless, it's not a good option to do, okay? At least not currently. And I'll kind of want to reference things. I know exactly who this person is and how long they've been selling on Redbubble. And they've been selling since 2017, and they have been a featured artist for a very long time. And it's actually became, I don't want to say a trend because that's not the right term, but it's almost been like a the blind leading the blind kind of aspect when people just write their own username, right, their account name, their artist name in their tags. This is not actually a good idea. And the reason why I say this is because this may have worked for a very, very select people, which are those featured artists. The reason why I say that is because when you become a featured artist on Redbubble, it's a special position that Redbubble gives you. It's a special badge. And of course, it comes with special privileges. You're shown on the Redbubble front page. You're shown in the category pages. You're shown in a lot of different places on Redbubble. And you're given that award because you're promoting Redbubble designs on your social media and you have a strong social media presence. Okay? So if we go to Adina J's profile, and I'm not going to do this too much right now, too much of analysis right now, but if we go to visit profile, she has here like what, 1, 2, 3, 4 different sites. If I click on this one, let's see, and she has her own website. She's got a whole bunch of different stuff here on her page, right? And you could take a look at her stuff. But Pinterest for her is a very powerful marketing tool, right? I don't know how many visitors she gets, something like 81,000 a month or something crazy like that. But that's kind of, you know, her strategy, and that's what she got as a featured artist, right? Redbubble awards people who push their art on social media. So that's why she's a featured artist. So I want to keep that clear. However, that's besides the point. But I did want to mention that because that's the reason why she's putting her name in the tags, because she's built a brand for herself. Everybody recognizes her, or I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of customers recognize her, right, as a seller, and they're looking actively for her content. Now, I want to go back to that design here. Where was it here? The shark design. And I kind of want to do, like I said, an analysis, but the first thing I want to mention is if you're a new seller, 2024, 2022, even 2023, and you have a small account, do not put your own username in the tags. This is not going to help you. People don't recognize your brand name. And you have to understand how tags work. Tags work based on relevancy, okay? So every single tag I add, it's looking for other related tags. So for example, if I add the word hammerhead, right, there's probably, you know, Redbubble is probably going to look for the keyword shark associated with that. So somehow, some way, it needs the keyword shark in the rest of the tags. And that's what relevancy is. So for example, and I'll give you a very, very crude example that has nothing to do with Redbubble, but I'll give you an example, right? Imagine I'm writing a blog post around the best credit cards, right, with the best cash back value. if I title my blog post that, Google is going to be looking for certain keywords that are related to credit cards. So, for example, they're going to be looking for the keyword MasterCard, American Express, Visa. These are all different keywords that are related to the keyword credit card, right? These are keywords that readers should expect to see. That's kind of a crude, like I said, a crude example, a very simple, non-related example to Redbubble's algorithm. In terms of the tags, right, there are concepts that things need to be relevant. And the way things are deemed relevant are based on other people's postings. Everybody who has the Redbubble course knows this. I mentioned this, not even mentioned, I have whole lessons of this in the Redbubble SEO course, but we kind of explain this in depth because this is one of the crucial aspects to long-term success on Redbubble is knowing if a keyword is truly relevant or not. And there's very few ways to do so. So if you're doing this in your world today, in 2024 and beyond, right? If you're adding your own username, long term, this is not really a good approach because you adding your username, you have to remember, what does Redbubble have that's related to the keyword of your username? Well, firstly, there's probably nothing, or it has your old designs. Now, your old designs might have other designs. Not might, but they will have other tags associated with them, right? So let's just say, assuming this was you, and you uploaded this design in 2024, and you decided to start uploading your own username as well. Well, let's just say you created a picture of lemon fruits, citrus fruits rather, right? If you have your username associated with citrus fruits and now you added your username associated with sharks and hammerheads, and maybe let's say you created another pattern about cakes and cupcakes and brownies, Redbubble is going to look at your keyword and it's going to say, this tag of the username is associated with so many different tags. Now remember, it doesn't know that it's your username. All it knows is that it's a keyword. See, there's no AI currently built into Redbubble that can understand what a word is and what's relevant to it. That doesn't exist. And we actually saw this most active back in the day when there was a lot of spammers around 2017, 2016 even. There was a ton of spammers, and you would search something like, for example, goat, and you would see a picture of a Labrador Retriever. Or you would search the picture boss, like you would search for boss, and you would see a picture of a frog. Sometimes that happens is because people are using the wrong keywords in their tags, but yet they rank up due to, adding those keywords. So adding the keyword now is not a good option. This does not help you long term in terms of your username. So anybody who's selling in the future, don't do this. Unless you have a brand, that is the only situation where that it would apply and people are actively searching for you. If people are not actively searching for you, if you're not a recognizable entity, this is not a good decision to add this. Now, if I was her, would I go in and remove it? No. Why? Because this person is a featured artist. I don't want to say every customer, but a lot of customers know this seller and they're looking for her content. And they might not have her link saved somewhere, so they might just do a search. They might search for Adina J, right? So I'll just copy this. They might do a search just like this, Adina J, and they're looking for her stuff. Okay? So once again, if you're a brand, right? A recognizable brand that people are actively searching for, that is the only reason to put your username in the tags. Other than that, don't do it because you're hurting your success long term. You could be giving up positions, right? Maybe another extra 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 positions of higher ranking because you've included your username as a tag, but Redbubble doesn't know what to do with that, right? They don't know what to do. They don't know how to assess it. So what would I do here, right? It's very simple. If my design is about, let's say, whale sharks. Is whale sharks a thing, first of all? I think I read it here. Did I read it here? Great white shark, hammerhead, leopard sharks, angel sharks, hammerhead shark, whale shark. Okay, let's click on that. So if whale sharks are a thing, right? The first thing I would do is, okay, I want to see what keywords are associated with whale sharks. So I'm going to go over here, take my Redbubble Rocket Tagger tool, and I'm going to click grab tags. And what this is going to do for me is it's going to give me on a higher level every keyword at the highest level possible associated with, from a relevancy standpoint, the keyword whale shark. So the keyword blue, the keyword teal, right? The keyword sea. These are keywords associated with whale shark. Okay? Marine is associated with whale shark. Sea life associated with whale shark. These are keywords that I might want to include in my tags for the keyword whale shark. You see that? So the reason why I want to do that is because, hey, this is giving me a list of keywords associated with whale shark. So I don't have to guess now about what's associated. Now, let's just say if I did guess a little bit, is there a chance that I could be wrong? There's a chance I could be wrong, but there's also a chance I could be right a little bit. I'm not going to be able to perfectly master every keyword, but I can guess a little bit. So if I was to, let's just say I didn't have this tool and I write the keyword whale shark and I write the keyword fish, for example. Well, fish is one of those keywords that in this case, I'm lucky. It's related. It's on the list. But there's some keywords that I might not be able to think of, or maybe they just don't come to my mind at that moment that, happen to rank, right? Or, excuse me, not happen to rank, but happen to be relevant and therefore allow you to rank, right? So for me, I look at this and I say, okay, let the tool do the work for me. I don't need to guess on this. And first thing I do is I'm going to come up with a list of different tags that I would apply, right? So if my design has a whale shark on it, I would apply that design. If my design has a great white shark on it, I would apply that tag. Sorry, I didn't mean to say I would apply the design. I would apply the tag, right? If I have a hammerhead shark, I would apply that tag. But you're looking at 3 or 4 tags at that point, right? So what do we do next? Well, that's when we find the list for each of those specific keywords, right? So I'll go in. Let's go to the front here. My bad. Where was it? Where was the link here? Let's go back and let's select one of the tags here. We have angel shark. Angel shark, is that a thing? Angel sharks? I've never seen one, never heard of one. I don't even know what that is. But I would go here, right? Assuming that that's actually some sort of fish, and I would perform that search. And what it's doing, like I said, it's narrowing down a list of tags for me that are related to it. So, and I also kind of want to show you something is that notice here, this tool is a very smart tool. It says Adina J as one of the tags related to angel shark. Now, I don't know, is angel shark actually a thing? Let's see. Let's see what this is. Angel shark. Is it actually a kind of shark? Okay, so it is. So look at this, guys. This is pretty interesting now. This is where things get interesting. So when we performed a search, right, on all the best tags we could possibly add related to the keyword angel shark, one of the first tags that came up was the keyword Adina J. Does that ring a bell? That was the name of one of the creators. Now, think about why that would be. Now, if you really understand the concept of tagging, you'll know the answer to this, and I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you in this video, the answer. But think about it, why that would be. I like to make this video a little bit more interactive. Think about why the word Adina J would be found in this list. The reason why it would be found, and I'll tell you this right now, is because Adina J was a tag in that angel shark design. And if you look here, and let's go back to it. If you look here in this design, it probably includes, the word angel sharks or angel shark, whatever. It includes it in the tags associated with Adina J. But angel sharks is probably also found in other keywords of her designs. So if I look at this rainbow shark, right, maybe there's a keyword angel shark in the tags as well. And if I look here, we have Adina J, we have sharks, we have angel sharks. There we go. So now what you're seeing is you're seeing a real life example of relevance, right? When we mix certain keywords and we create that almost like that neuron connection. Now, obviously, this is computers, it's not a brain, but that neurotransmitter connection where the existence of those two keywords are found in multiple different listings, Redbubble starts to form a web-like connection to the association of those keywords. So, for example, if I was to upload a design with a Labrador Retriever on it, I might list Labrador Retriever, and if I list dog in the tags, guess what? I'm not doing anything necessarily wrong there because the keyword dog is indeed related to Labrador Retriever. Now, to be able to verify that information, I'm going to use the tool to give me that data, right? But I don't have to make up keywords or think of them. I'll let the tool do the work for me. But in this case, right, if it was me, I would remove the word leopard here. Okay, I would remove, let's see what else I would remove. I would remove the word kids. Okay, I would remove those keywords. Kids could mean anything in this circumstance. And I definitely, especially now where you want to get to those 15 keywords or less with Redbubble, these are keywords I might not necessarily use. I might use other words that would help solidify my position in my specific niche. So, and this is just me, like I said, but my results speak for themselves where I kind of look at this and I say, all right, I would also remove the word nature. Nature is probably not a highly associated keyword with whale sharks and things like that. I'd probably have a better chance using the keyword turquoise because I did see that keyword on the list. And remember, after I find these keywords, I have to be specific about what secondary keywords I'm going to use in this list. And when I say secondary, we also did talk about this in the Redbubble course, but guys, there's certain keywords that are your primary keywords when you tag. And those primary keywords are literally what the design is. So in this case, a primary keyword would be whale shark, right? Because we see whale shark in the design here. We see hammerhead sharks in the design. That's a perfect example of primary keywords. But in a secondary keyword, right? If my primary keywords are all used up and I have a ton of space left, then I might include some secondary keywords that are related to those keywords, right? So turquoise, ocean, whatever list comes out from the tool, right? I'm not going to just start making up keywords because I just feel that they're right. I'm going to use the tool to provide the data for me. So I'm not making any human error. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a human being. If I look at my past designs, of course I've made mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Of course I've made mistakes. My whole thing is I want to keep improving design after design after design after design so I can continue to increase my success. And I've seen this with time that every single new store that I create and new uploads that I make, that store performs better than the one I had previously and pretty much all the ones that I have before that, just from an organic perspective before we even talk about social media. So this was a perfect example of a couple things that you should do, a couple things that you shouldn't do here with this design. All right, guys? So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys watching, and of course, please don't take this video the wrong way. I'm not hating on anybody. I'm not being disrespectful to anybody. This is purely just, experimenting. We're experimenting here. We're talking about different things that I would do, that I wouldn't do. Now, once again, I'm putting myself in the shoes of someone who's a new uploader, not someone who owns this current account. And people who are skipping through this video, they're not going to understand that. They're not going to hear that because they missed that part in the beginning where I specifically mentioned if I owned this account, it's okay to do it. But if I didn't own this account, I would not do that, where I would add Dina J in the tags and certain things like that. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.